Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second student parent senior information night. I appreciate people joining live, people joining via live stream, and certainly the conversation about this important stuff. I know it's probably just tiring, right? Just tell us what's happening. That's not really been our mindset through this whole thing. Our mindset has been, let's talk it out, let's plan it out, and let's do the best we can for the kids and the community, and that has served us well over this, seems like more than a couple of years, but a year and a half of this situation. So I'll share my screen and we'll get going. Ms. Doherty, thanks for being here. And if any of our officers are in here, if I hear a little ding, that means I got to let somebody back in the meeting. And Ms. Doherty, if you want to interrupt through the chat, you can do that. Guys, we are going to have some time for some Q&A. I'll go through the presentation. We'll do a little Mentimeter, and then we'll have some Q&A. But we do have some updates from last time, and some of these slides might look the same. And, but really, and again, here I am already recording. Thank you to myself for giving me that reminder. And there's the code for menti.com. That's the way we're going to kind of share and talk and things like that. So, and again, you being on this meeting is great. And, this is an important process. It's an important thing, but we appreciate you being here. I know there's a couple parents that were on the first meeting. Here's what we're doing today. We're going to give you updated graduation options. We're going to review where we are with the events. We're going to talk about trying to finalize our graduation plans by June 1st. And a reminder about checking emails and stuff, and then have some Q&A. A reminder, we're kind of working with the guidelines we have. I say in school a lot, this isn't my dad's pharmacy. My dad ran his own pharmacy when I grew up, and he kind of, if he wanted to paint the building purple, he painted the building purple because he owned the pharmacy. We know that we're following these guidelines. Everyone's behaving themselves while mute, unless you want to certainly speak up. And then thank you to all these people. Thank you to the parents for your patience. Thank you to the students for jumping on here. But these people on the presentation, really, there's been a lot there, and we're grateful to you. So, but thanks for being here. I've told you about my mindset. This is a major moment, right? These are big ticket items, and it's important that we do a great job with them. That's our mindset. And I also have this mindset, right? So I've been telling the students, if you think it's going to be great or you think it's going to stink, you're probably right. And I'm not here to try to change your mind. We are here collectively to make awesome happen, make excitement happen, get enthusiasm going. But if some people just have this is stinks, I hate it, that's how you're going to feel about these situations. So, okay, we know this. A reminder to everybody, rain date, right? We normally go inside if it rains. There's a rain date because we're staying outside. We'll talk about some of those times about it. Here's when it is. The update. This week got expanded to 500 guests, not counting the grads. That's good, okay? So with that information, we've developed two kind of options, and certainly can talk about some other things that maybe we're not seeing. Option one, we have a full graduation. We're anticipating about 160 or so graduates. Do the math. Carolyn Doherty, math teacher extraordinaire, is here. Do the math. That gets us to 480, right? If there's extra tickets, if you're only bringing 2 people, yes, you can give that extra ticket to a friend, or you could turn it back into the school, okay? We'd start probably at 6 p.m. We'll measure it out. It might be 5:30 then to kick off the parade shortly there afterwards, but we're looking at 6 p.m. Option one. And yes, we'll have time to discuss and answer questions. Option two, we split the class. We do pick a time, right? I want to go early. I want to go later. We do pick a time. We open it up at the same time. Once one of the spots fills, it goes to another. It goes to another spot. Okay. You do the math, right? Miss Doherty, right? 80 times 6. What are we looking at? We're looking at 480 again. So it gets more guests in the stands. Both of these options would be live streamed. They'd both be recorded. And so that, those options would be there. And we would do pick a time, most likely with those times. Okay? Option 2. Option 1, full class. Option 2, we split the class. So, and again, we'll have some time here, but if you want to pull up menti.com, I will stop sharing my screen. You are presenting. Thank you. Oh, no, I need to present my screen. Sorry. I just need to go to menti.com. Sorry. Okay. Present. All right. So that code again, 3114-2811. Ms. Darty, how many people on the meeting so I can know approximately how many answers to look at? And I know not everybody will be on Menti. There's somebody looking to join. We're going to let them in. Okay. So, Ms. Darty, how many answers should I expect?
I think besides you and I and your shared screen, there's only 11 people.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll expect, somewhere between 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 answers. So, again, you could use your phone or you could split your screen. Let's see what some of the questions that you have are.
If there's a parent and a child watching together, you can each vote those. So don't think you're limited to that. You can each do it.
And these votes aren't set in stone. It's just giving us a feel of where we're at. Is Menti working? I don't see anything here. Does that mean there's no questions? Or people having a hard time getting on or something?
The slide says before we vote, what is a question you have? It's not the poll.
Yeah, so does this mean there's no question? I guess so. All right, we can talk about it afterwards. All right, here we go. Oh, more guests, yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. They already voted. So there's 5 votes there. Yeah, let's try to see if everyone can vote. If you want to wait till we discuss, you could talk about that, or do you want to unmute and talk about it now? And for the people on the group, again, we're not married to these votes. It's not an election. We're not married to it. It's helping us get a feel of where people are at. We are going to push this out to the seniors tomorrow also. So all of the seniors will have an opportunity to kind of push that out there also. And so this is a tight, right? And that's why we want to talk these things out.
Are the other options still on the table, the drive-through and the smaller pods?
Great question. Let's hold that for Q&A, okay? Let's hold that for Q&A. All right. Thank you for that. So there was no questions. Now we'll have some Q&A time. Let me ask you, how do you feel about receiving the information? Has there been enough phone calls? Are you getting the emails from Ms. Shields? Is your child telling you the information? Where are we at with this? Because we don't get a ton of feedback, but we're trying to communicate with you. Well, that's going in the right direction. All right. Thank you. I feel like we're communicating with you. That's our goal. And that's why we're doing these meetings and the emails. And, I know the kids are still learning to navigate their emails. And respond. All right. Well, that's great. You made my night. My dinner, which I'm starting to smell, will taste better with this thing. All right. Good. You made my night. Way to go. Pork pie. Trickling in. That's okay. Oh, not enough. Well, and you don't have to unmute and say who that is. If and again, that's how you feel. I would love to, if you want to email me or call me tomorrow, just say, hey, Mr. Murata, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Because we're doing the things that we think we are to communicate. So if you're feeling that, I would love to hear from you of what you think we could do differently. Okay, and even with the ping too. If you want to do that, you don't have to unmute, because I want you to be able to answer honestly. But I'd also love to hear from you about what why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Those kinds of things. All right. One last question, and just where are you at? Right? Are people pumped about this? Are you exhausted? Are you waiting for this? This is our word wall here. Where are you at right now? And that's wide open, right? You might say, well, what kind of answer are you looking for? Let's see what people put in there. You can answer more than once. Crazy. Crazy busy. A lot of stuff. Busy. Feeling more normal. Confusing. Crazy busy. That sounds like a Beyonce song. Yeah, too much, too little time. Yeah, for so long, right? We weren't doing anything, and now we're trying to do all this stuff. Coming up so fast. Yep. Short. Yeah, right. This is a monumental thing here. Moms and dads, and I know many of you are doing this already. Family meeting, family calendar meeting, right? Sitting with the child, sitting with the senior, the calendar, the Google calendar, the phone, your pocket calendar, right? And I would urge you to try to chunk it out. Do you want to go week by week? Do you want to do a Sunday to Wednesday, Thursday to Saturday, like a half a week, little chunks, and get on the same page, right? Like I texted my wife today. What do we have? Which kid has practice? Both practices were canceled tonight. I was going to be in my car picking up my kid. So I would urge you to sit with your kid and try as best you can to slow it down. Okay, we're anticipating this. We're excited about this. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts there. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. We're still going. Coming up so fast. Stressful is big. Let's see what I have on here. Okay. Yeah. Next is Q&A. So I'm going to stop sharing. All right. Let's have some conversation. And the first question was, are those other options still on the table? With the ability to have the larger capacity and to get the feel of the graduation, I'm not going to say the pod is off the table, but what might you be looking? Why we want to do that? What would be the reason? And do we want to add that back in? We're trying to be inclusive of everyone, try to have that graduation feel, that event feel. So if that is something that we kind of want to put back into the conversation, we can. We discussed it today. It was like, well, let's see where we're at after this meeting, because there's a lot there to run the pods, right? And then so if you do a pod setup, right, and then the kid graduates and they come up and they get their diploma and the picture, well, then what are we doing at the ceremonies then? Last year it was just the speeches, give the kids an opportunity to be together. the cap toss, that kind of stuff. The goal is to have the big ceremony. So, and again, if you don't feel comfortable speaking in this meeting and you want to share some thoughts about those pods privately, you can send it to me or you could jump in the chat. But we decided today to not put it in there as an option.
So either of the two options that you have, will there be a live stream for any other family members if you don't have enough tickets to get them there?
Both are going to be live streamed, absolutely, and recorded.
I can answer that too. Every year that we have graduation, there, my dog really likes you guys. When we have ticketed graduation, there would be kids that only have 2 people. So there's a way for kids, and especially with social media the way it is, and Facebook and whatever, Snapchat, that one student might only have 2 parents coming and that's it, or a mom and a grandma, and someone else might have 6 brothers and sisters, and they can hook up with each other and trade tickets. So I truly believe that if there is a limit on the number of tickets, that people who really need them would be able to get them from other people.
Thank you.
Yeah. The goal is to maximize the thing. And the other thing that could happen, folks, and I guess is like exhausting. I get it. I understand. There's supposed to be an announcement tomorrow. Are they going to come out? Wide open capacity, full thing. Okay, let's roll. We'll have a packed house like we normally do. If we do that, we'll do it. We'll open it up. No one's trying to hold anything back. So that's still there. But I know we're getting late in the game and we got to make plans here. But if that were the case, right, if we choose option 1, where it's the whole class with 3 people, and then we get word that it's open, we'll wide open it. We'll open it up. So what we'll do is we'll do this with the kids tomorrow. We are seeing 50% or so participation on student surveys, which is disappointing, right? We want the kids, their voice, we want it, so we're encouraging the kids to participate, but we'll push that out and see where the kids are with their vote. Just want to look again. This vote was pretty even, right? Is it a split class? It was 7, 7, and 1. So that's split right down the middle. Is what the votes were for that. And again, right? There's no perfect answer. The person that has the full class together might feel great that they're with all their classmates. They, feels like, but then they're not happy they can't get more people, right? That's where people are at. The goal is to have a student and family ceremony, right? We tell the students all the time the graduation is for your parents to watch you do this major event. So, okay. Well, I'll push that out with the kids tomorrow. We will email you this presentation. And again, what we're seeing with the kids. And then again, try to get communication to the parents, leaning towards June 1st. Is there going to be something that happens between tonight and June 1st that opens this up? That's our hope. Okay. I'll do a little presentation about where we are with some of these events, and then just have any more Q&A, right? Have any more discussion. So yeah, here we are. So here. The Port Pride Grad Walk, and then the Baccalaureate, right? There's some moving parts here. There's a lot going on. I'll open this up. This got emailed to all the students and to the parent group. If you're not getting these, sign up with Jean Marie. Put your email in the chat. Carolyn will take it, get it to Jean Marie, or call Jean Marie Shields in the office and get it. So the Grad Walk is on the 4th. If it's absolutely pouring and it's raining and we can't walk around the campus and around the place, we're going to move it to Monday. If it's absolutely pouring on Monday also and we can't do it, it might not happen. We'll see. We'll try to, we'll see what we can do. If there's another date in there, we can move it to. The kids will gather in the morning. We'll give out the caps and gowns. We are going to walk to the middle school. Okay. We want this whole event to be, contact tracing free. So if I get a call 7 o'clock that evening, Joe Smith tested positive, we know that Joe Smith was not within 6 foot of any of our people for more than 10 minutes. So we're going to have the whole thing kind of spread out throughout. We're going to walk to the middle school. We're going to get to the middle school. We've asked the schools to set it up where they're half in and half out. They could go through the halls. The kids are spread out. They go around the building. The kids are spread out. We're playing music. We're hanging out. We're smiling. We're taking pictures. All of that good stuff. We walk back to the high school complex. We go past Hamilton Street and we go towards the playground area, ASK. Again, we'll be playing music. We'll be walking. Girls, don't wear fancy high heels. Be careful with flip-flops, that kind of stuff. And here's our friend Lisa Perkowski. Where are we? And then we go to ASK and do that here. That'll bring us till around 10 o'clock. We're going to bring the high school outside, even classrooms outside. Odd classrooms will stay in. And then that'll get us to 10:30 ish. And then we made this optional for kids to go to HBE. Again, the setup, we didn't want to put all of these kids on a bus and have a contact tracing situation because they're not 6 feet apart on there. So it was an optional sign up. There's about 25 kids to sign up. Please help get the word out that if they want to sign up, because we got to get these buses, that's next Wednesday. Okay, we don't want to box anybody out there, and to sign up, all of that stuff is here. Okay, they come back from HBE, we gather, we're going to give out the yearbooks, and then there's going to be a barbecue by the girls' softball field. Kids can bring this kind of, picnic kind of stuff. We'll have the volleyball stuff set up. We'll have chairs there, but it's certainly nicer to sit on your cool camping chair and lay on the blanket versus sitting on the black, high school chairs. Ms. Doherty and Ms. Perkowski, Ms. Shields are recruiting people to help run the grill and kind of cook out and that kind of stuff. And then the kids can leave, right? The kids can leave anytime after that. Before I go to baccalaureate, any questions about any of the stuff there?
Mr. Marotta, I have a question in regards to graduation.
Yeah.
Are you still, with the larger amounts being allowed in, are we still going with need full vaccination and or negative COVID test?
None of that is part of the 500. I should have said that. Thank you for asking that. No, that is not part of any of that.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, we weren't going down that road. Okay. Anything about the Port Pride Grad Walk? Okay. The baccalaureate. With this opening up, we will have more people. We're looking to run this at Gwinnett. So we didn't say 2 people, 3 people. Basically, not every kid goes to baccalaureate. We encourage them, but even in a traditional setting, there is a 10%, 15% of the kids just don't go. We don't make it mandatory. It is a non-denominational religious service where the religious churches in the community offer a blessing to the graduates. It's really nice. We're going to push kids to go. So depending on how many people we get, if we get 100 kids sign up, Ms. Doherty, here's your word problem. We get 100 kids to sign up. How many guests can each people bring? Right? If we get 80 people to sign up, Ms. Doherty, how many people? So that's what we're going to do.
Kidding, and you don't want me to answer you.
I don't want you to start saying A plus the square root of B minus X, Y, and Z, because math class for me used to be numbers. You put all kinds of letters in there and drive me crazy.
But that's not including the students in any of these numbers. So,
Okay.
I don't know if the parents knew that, but we're not including the graduates in there.
So if it rains, we are going to go into the church. The church capacity, I think, is 200 guests, right? So if we get 100 graduates, we can do one. If we get more than that, we'll do it twice. And you'll have a sign up here. And that sign up here is, and it says, yes, I'm going. And then if it goes, which one do you want to go to is what we ask. So I'll put this in the chat right now. Copy if you didn't get this. That is the sign up. Okay. Any questions about either of those two things? All right. So, and then this is just a list of events here, right? Some of these are outside the senior class, but most of them are involved. French National Honor Society this Thursday. Tuesday, good rain, right? Let's hope for good weather. We're going to be out front of the high school. Chairs spread out. We'll be out front of the high school. Rain date is Wednesday. Board of Ed meeting. Our top 10 people are going to be recognized. Our speaker, our Grand Marshal. Congratulations, Tyshawn Featherstone. Grand Marshal Colby Elston is the voted upon class speaker. President Ethan Burkowski is going to be speaking. And the valedictorian is Victoria Fisher. She will be speaking. So all of those speakers at graduation. This is the junior class here. Scholarship night here. And those invites, I'll confirm. I believe those invites are going out if they haven't already, that they've won a scholarship. I believe they went out. Here's the cap and gown, the Port Pride Walk. That rain date is Monday. There's a cabaret that night here. Baccalaureate Sunday night. Villa Roma, this sign up just went out. I did this call home the other day about it. The prom right here. Senior prom. Pools. They just expanded the amount of people that can be there. That's good. And I believe the guests, Ms. Doherty, if you remember that date offhand, I believe anybody bringing a guest has to be finalized by tomorrow. Is that right, or was it today?
The students should be buying their prom tickets, and they were great. They're getting the word out to their friends. But if they want to bring a guest, they're supposed to have the form filled out by tomorrow. The prom tickets will still be sold. So if they're going alone, we can keep selling them until next week. But the office has to check up on every guest. So if your kids or one of their friends are bringing a guest, please have them come and get the form in the assistant principal's office, Mrs. Soschuk, tomorrow. And then they can come each day from 1:30 to 3 to the library, and we'll be selling tickets until next week.
Thanks, Ms. Doherty.
You're welcome.
The musical is on there also. And this is the all-night grad. It's not the all-night grad traditionally. Ms. Doherty did an amazing job at this last year. We're going to do this Thursday night beforehand. The prize giveaway. Ms. Doherty's got a lot going on with that, and it's a great event. Ms. Doherty, you want to talk on that a little bit?
Absolutely, John. I was answering you. I'll get to you. We can't have a traditional all-night grad party, but we are having a senior prize giveaway. And what's going to happen is we're going to have it virtually. There's going to be a bunch of faculty in the high school cafeteria. We're going to have a wheel with all of the kids' names on it, all of the seniors, and they can join a Google Meet. We are not policing where they join a meet. If Connor Vicarello has a group of friends at his house, they can all be there. But if they win a prize, they have to show their face on the meet. We're going to have contests, prizes, and then there's going to be faculty members showing up at their house, bringing prizes. Last year, we did it from my living room. This year, from the high school. It's really a lot of fun because the kids will be sitting there and Miss Casera will show up with a pizza, or Jean Marie Shields with Dunkin' Donuts for them, and baskets and thousands of dollars worth of prizes that right now are rolling in. If you are you guys seniors or parents, I have a running list of a wish list for gift cards in my classroom. The kids can just walk in and write a name on the board of somewhere they'd love to win a gift card to. So I take suggestions. And then when the third grade teachers in ASK say, what should we buy? I just read off the list. And as people buy them, I try to check them off. But yes, we want to make the kids happy. We're going to have big, expensive gifts, small prizes, and all kinds of fun that night. So please tell them to make sure they join.
Thank you, Ms. Doherty. And John asking, is there an email to be sent out for tickets, or do I have to go back? I think he's got to come back and get them, right, Ms. Doherty?
I can answer that, Mr. Murata. Sorry, it's Mrs. Perkowski. I finally got on. We actually didn't have the physical prom tickets, if that's what John's asking about, because like everything else in 2021, those were back ordered. So they are on their way, and we are going to get those physical tickets, which, by the way, you don't need to get into the prom. They're more like a keepsake for your scrapbook or your bulletin board or your memory book. We are going to get those out to the kids who have purchased tickets already as soon as we get them. But they're on a UPS truck. Last I knew, they were in like Indiana. So we will have those. And also on that list, before the prize giveaway is the 23rd. That's Senior Fun Day. I don't know why it's not on that document, but that's that Senior Fun Day graduation rehearsal day as well.
That sounds like a country song. My prom tickets in Indiana. I think we got something there. I might push that out.
Yeah, those kids have no stress the day of the prom. They just have to show up. We know who's coming, and we know who has a ticket, so they don't have to worry.
Any other questions for the good of the order? Any other questions for the group here? This is great conversation. When one person asks the question, that means there's, the question is out there. So we appreciate them. Thank you for the feedback in terms of the communication. If you weren't one of the ones that felt it was great, please, you're not going to hurt my feelings. We want to communicate as best we can with parents and stuff. So shoot me an email. You want to call me tomorrow? I'd love to hear from you. You're not going to hurt my feelings. All right, I got dinner there. They might have started without me, and that's okay, but I'm going to have dinner, enjoy the nice weather. Hopefully Ruby won't knock me off the bike any further. And let's keep our fingers crossed that some of these things open up. But at the end of it, we'll make a great decision, and we'll make it a great event for the families and the kids. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for joining. I'll shut this down now, and then we'll get this out. All right. Bam.